All right, let's talk about Andy Weir's sci-fi masterpiece, Project Hail Mary. This story, man, it just throws these massive questions at you right from the start. Like, what if you woke up and had no idea who you were, but you were also humanity's only hope for survival? And then, what if, when you're all alone millions of miles from Earth, you find out you're not actually alone? Let's dive in. The story kicks off with this really annoying question from a computer. It's the first thing our main character hears. And just like him, we're totally in the dark. We don't know where we are, what's happening, or why on earth this super simple math problem feels like the most important thing in the world. It's such a brilliant way to throw you right into the mystery. So, yeah, that leads us straight into the first big mystery. Forget saving the world for a second. This guy has to figure out who he even is. He's literally a man with no memory, waking up in what can only be described as an absolute nightmare. I mean, just try to put yourself in his shoes for a second. The terror. You wake up from a coma, you're in some weird round room, and then you see it. Your crewmates are there, but they're gone. Dead. You're the only one left. And the worst part, you have no clue who you are. No name, no idea why you're in space, nothing. You are just completely and utterly alone. So, surrounded by all this chaos and confusion, his mind a total blank, he's got to start somewhere, right? The whole process of figuring things out, it's slow, it's painful, and it all kicks off with one single clue. And what does he find? A mission patch. And there, next to two other names, is his own. Grace. Ryland Grace. Bam! He has a name. It's like the first anchor he can grab onto in this ocean of amnesia. And it's not just about finding himself. It's the very first step to figuring out what this whole insane mission is even about. Okay, so as little bits and pieces of his memory start to flicker back, Grace realizes something huge. His own personal crisis, his amnesia, it's nothing. It's a drop in the bucket compared to the catastrophe facing the entire human race. And the root of this whole disaster, it all comes down to this one microscopic organism called astrophage. Get this? It's a microbe that travels through space, and it is literally eating our sun. Yeah, it's just slurping up solar energy like a cosmic parasite, making the sun dimmer and dimmer. And if it keeps going, Earth is headed for a new ice age. We're talking total extinction. This is just classic Andy Weir, right? He takes one little science idea and blows it up into a full-on apocalypse. And believe me, the stakes could not be any higher. The mission director, a woman named Strat who is basically made of nails, she says it best. Our analysis of them will determine if humanity survives. She's talking about the few samples of astrophage they managed to get. I mean, think about that. Those little microbes were the most important things on the entire planet. Figuring them out was our only shot, period. Now, check out this timeline. This whole mission is a one-way ticket, a total last-ditch effort. Because they're traveling so close to the speed of light, it takes 13 years just to get to their destination, the Tau Ceti system. And let's say Grace finds the answer on day one, right? It still takes another 13 years for that message to get back to Earth. So humanity has to somehow hang on for at least 26 years while the world freezes over. No pressure. So how do you even pull off a trip like that? Well, you need a ship that is pretty much a scientific miracle. And this is what's so cool about Andy Weir's writing, you know? He doesn't just say it works, he shows you how it works. And it makes this incredible ship, the Hail Mary, feel totally real. So let's take a closer look. So for the first part of the trip, the ship is accelerating, and it's doing this for years. The engines, which are actually fueled by that same pesky astrophage, are pushing so hard that they create their own gravity, about 1.5 times what we feel on Earth. The crew just lives up in the front, so down is just back towards the engines. Super clever, super practical. But okay, what happens when they have to turn the engines off and just coast for a few years? This is where it gets absolutely genius. The ship actually splits in half, right down the middle. These two parts are connected by long cables, and the whole thing starts to spin. It becomes a giant centrifuge, creating its own artificial gravity. This is what keeps the crew's bodies from just falling apart during all those years in deep space. So cool! So here's Grace. He's got this amazing piece of human engineering. He arrives at Tau Ceti, the one star that seems to be immune to the astrophage, and he's ready to get to work and solve this problem. He thinks it's all about the science. He has no idea his mission is about to take a hard turn into first contact. Because
he wasn't alone. He picks up another ship on his sensors, a huge ship, and it is definitely not from Earth. This changes everything. In an instant, he goes from being the potential savior of humanity to its very first interstellar ambassador.
And you can tell right away just how different these two species are by looking at their ships. The Hail Mary, it's all curved surfaces, built to handle internal pressure, standard human design. But this alien ship, which he nicknames the Blippy, it's made of these enormous flat plates. It's a design that makes no sense to human engineering, and it's the first real clue that he's dealing with a mind that works in a completely different way.
And then comes the biggest twist of all. In what has to be the most unbelievable coincidence in universal history, the alien, a super smart engineer that Grace ends up calling Rocky, is here for the exact same reason. His star is getting eaten by Astrophage 2. His people also sent a single desperate mission to Tau Ceti as their last hope. It's just mind-blowing.
So, working together, these two castaways from opposite ends of the galaxy actually pull it off. They do the impossible. They find the solution. But it can't be that easy, right? Solving the scientific problem just opens the door to a much, much harder one, a moral one. And this is the absolutely brutal choice that Grace has to make. See, he only has enough fuel to go one way. Path number 1, go straight home, deliver the cure, and save every single person on Earth. Path number 2, take a massive detour to Rocky's home planet, save his new friend and his entire species. But in doing so, Grace will die out there and humanity will be completely doomed. So what do? Save your friend or save your species? It's just an impossible choice. And ultimately, that's the question the whole book leaves you wrestling with. What does it really mean to be a hero? Is it about saving billions of people you'll never meet, no matter what it costs you? Or is it about saving the one friend you have, right there in front of you, even if it means sacrificing your whole world? It's the kind of question that really, really sticks with you.